Assalamu alaikum. Uh, Today we will continue the remaining part of the Birch reduction. Now we'll study the Birch reduction in diene system. Sodium in liquid ammonia at minus 33 or even below degrees Celsius temperature in the presence of polar product solvents such as ethanol. Now what will be the product? The product will be the diene. If the diene are conjugating diene, then they will undergo the Birch reduction, and alkene will be the product. Now what will be the mechanism? We know that the Birch reduction follows the set mechanism, that is single electron transfer mechanism. So what happens? The sodium, because it owes the low ionization energy, it releases an electron, and these electrons are the part of the skeleton of ammonia. There is a pool of electrons. So what happens? The single electron transfer occurs. Then this bond moves here and we get radical anion. Then you will have to draw the resonating structure of this radical anion, and you will have to look at which resonance structure is more stable. When in here negative charge will come here, can you draw more resonating structure? No, only two resonance structures are possible. Now you will have to compare the resonating structure, that which is more stable. So you will see that this is 1, this is 2. The 2 is more stable because the negative charge and electron, they are far from each other. So this is more stable. This will undergo reaction further. What happens next? The abstraction of hydrogen. The carbanion, it will abstract hydrogen, ethoxide leaves, and it is changed into this one. What will happen next? Here now we have hydrogen. What will happen next? Another single electron will be transferred. It will get negative charge. Next there will be the abstraction of hydrogen, and there will be the hydrogen. So let's remove this hydrogen. So you get this, your final product. So it means that the dienes could also undergo the Birch reduction, but there is a condition that these two diene must be conjugated diene. Now study the Birch reduction in alkynes. let's take a simple example of butane. Butane, they undergoes the Birch reduction, sodium and liquid ammonia and ethanol at extremely low temperature. The product is trans alkene, that is hydrogen is here, trans 2 butene. Now what is the mechanism? This mechanism has needs some concentration, so I am sure you will pay that attention that I want from you. The first step involves the SET, the single electron transfer, and single electrons attacks here and this bond moves here. Single electron here, and this carbon will get negative charge. So can I draw like this? Or you could also think that if the single electron occurs here, then I could draw like this. Now you will have to compare that which is more stable intermediate that is obtained when single electron transfer occurs. I repeat, when sodium, it transfers single electron to this carbon, this bond moves on this carbon, pair of electron is here, a single electron is here, so I have shown a pair of electron here, a single electron here. So you could say that why this is so, that both are on the same direction. There is another possibility that this single electron might have attacked from this side, and the pair of electron orient will orient in this side. So there are equal possibilities, but among these two, one is more stable. Here the electrons are relatively far from each other. They are on the opposite direction. There is the minimum repulsion between them. So this will not be formed, not stable. This is more stable. So it will react further. So what will happen? Next step is very simple, that is the abstraction of hydrogen. So this negative charge will attack here, this carbon abstract the hydrogen, in the next another single electron transfer occurs, so it changes into negative carbanion. Next step, it will abstract the hydrogen ethoxide will leave and you will get transalkene. So you will have to remember that when there is the internal alkyne, then you will always get a trans alkene. Why? I have explained the reason, that the intermediate that is obtained by after single electron transfer, the intermediate is more stable when the single electron and the pair of electron or the negative charge, they are quite far from each other, and this could only be happen when both methyl group or the orbitals were away from each other. So that's why we get the transalkene as predominant product. Now there is question that why terminal alkyne could not undergo Birch reduction. Actually, you know that Birch, it is a combination of sodium metal solvated into liquid ammonia, and ammonia is a base, and this hydrogen, it's acidic. So instead of going the single electron, this ammonia abstract this hydrogen and it changes into this alkynide alkynide ion, and if it react further, the single electron transfer occurs, then there is huge repulsion between electron and already present negative charge. So that's why the terminal alkyne, they do not react. The reaction stops at the stage of alkynide ion, or if the acetylene is there, the acetylide ion. Why? Because the terminal alkyne have the active hydrogen. So this acidic hydrogen, actually instead of going Birch reduction, it abstract the hydrogen from it react with ammonia and forms the ammonium ion. It changes into sodium alkanide, so reaction does not proceed further. In the last, we'll study the Birch reduction in alpha beta unsaturated compounds. Now students, these are little bit difficult problems. Sodium in liquid ammonia. I want your full attention to understand the Birch reduction in alpha beta unsaturated ketone. What is this carbon? This is alpha carbon and this is beta carbon. So alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound also undergoes Birch reduction. This alkene, it would not react because this is not a conjugated alkene. This is not a conjugated olefinic bond. It will not react, and your final product is simple ketone. Again, a partial reduction has occurred. Now, what is the mechanism? In the first step, set is involved, yani single electron transfer occurs. It attacks here. Then this bond moves here and it moves here. So oxygen gets negative charge. What happens next? Next step is the abstraction of hydrogen. So what happens that this bond comes back and it abstracts the hydrogen from here. It This bridged carbon has the single electron. What will happen again? Again there will be the single electron transfer will take place here. You will get negative charge here. Then it will abstract hydrogen from here, and finally you will get this ketone. Finally you will get one hydrogen here and one hydrogen here. Should I repeat? Okay, I'm going to repeat. Alpha beta unsaturated ketone also undergoes the Birch reduction and your products are the ketone. What happens in the first step, it involves the single electron transfer here. This bond moves here, oxygen gets negative charge. When it comes back, then this carbon gets negative charge. It will attack here, it will abstract hydrogen from the solvent, ethoxide will leave and hydrogen will be added here. In the next step, again there will be single electron transfer will take place here. It will get negative charge, it will abstract hydrogen, and finally you will get this ketone. Now students, I'm going to describe few problems here. These are certain examples that I have taken from different books, and I'm going to explain you for your better understanding of the Birch reduction. Let's take this compound. You are asked to draw the final product of this reaction. In the first step, Birch reduction is involved. and in the second step ethyl iodide is made to react. Now what are the products? We know that the aromatic compound can also undergoes the Birch reduction. Let's draw the mechanism to find our solution. You know, the Birch reduction involves only the aromatic system. The rest of the part of the molecule will remain unreactive. So for convenience, I will represent this part of molecule with R. What is R? R is this part of molecule. Methyl is here, and here we have R. R is this. What happens in the first step? In the first step, it involves the attack of single electron. Then what will happen? It will move here. You will get, then you will have to draw the resonating structures. Resonating structures, and you will have to compare which resonating structure is more stable. This is 1 and this is 2. Here electron and negative charge are quite close to each other, and here they are quite far from each other. So this is more stable. It will proceed further. Oh, sorry, here we don't have, the bond is here, single electron is here, and negative charge is here. Then since in the reaction mixture previously we didn't have this ethyl iodide. Now we have ethyl iodide as well into the reaction mixture. So what happens? It attacks here and iodide leaves. So CH2CH3, this species will be obtained. So if you don't have the ethyl iodide, only after this step there is the abstraction of the hydrogen from the polar protic solvent. But since here we have alkyl halide, so it will attack here, and iodide are the better leaving group, so ethyl group will attach at this carbon. This carbon has the single electron. What will happen next? Another single electron transfer will occur. Then you will have negative charge here, then you have polar protic solvent, and the abstraction of hydrogen will take place, and finally you have this product. This is your final product. So in this way, that alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound also undergoes the Birch reduction. Okay. um, I have this aromatic system. You are asked to write the product of this reaction. So I'm going to explain for yours, for yours, that this is electron donating group and this is electron withdrawing group. And in previous class we learned that the electron donating group react in such a way that the ipso carbon will be sp2 hybridized, while the electron withdrawing group will react in such a way that the ipso carbon with respect to them will be sp3 hybridized. Now among these two products, which will be the major product? I'm going to write only the products here. I'm not going to explain the whole mechanism. Now among these two products, which one will be the major product? Remember that the Birch reduction occurs onto the deactivating ring faster. So here electron withdrawing group, it will control the orientation. So that's why this will be your major product, and methoxide, it will not decide the orientation of the diene system, so it will be your minor product. Okay, so I am leaving for you few problems of the Birch reduction. I hope you would have gone through these lectures with your full concentration. These are problems for you to solve. After solving, you don't need to write the complete mechanism. You only have to give me the answers of the product. These are problems from question number 1 to 14. Here you have another set of problems similar to the Birch reduction from 15 to 26, and I have searched few more problems for your better understanding of the Birch reduction. These are problems from 27 to 39. So in total you have 39 problems. 39 problems. Try to solve them. I'm sure that those students who have gone the better idea of the Birch reduction from my class, they will definitely be able to solve all these problems. So if you have any question, you will ask me on WhatsApp. I hope you would have enjoyed the Birch reduction. This reaction is quite famous, and in many organic synthesis, this Birch reduction is have the applications. So thank you so much.